Hello everyone, it's Dan here from Thomas Road Support. In this video I'm going to take you through the custom blocks within Elementor for WordPress. So to begin with, we'll go to New and Page. I'm just going to call this Demo Page. Select the correct template and I'll just hit Publish. Now that's done, let's load up Elementor and begin taking a look. So first up in our custom blocks we've got the intro carousel. This is the nice hero area where you can have an image carousel behind some text. We'll pop that into the page here. And as we've mentioned in the video about building with Elementor, to make this full width, we're going to go to the settings and we'll change the column gap to no gap and we'll change the content width to full width. And to remove the padding, we can pop in 0 there. So with that done, we can now work with the intro block. So to do this, to start with, we're going to add the text that appears on the left here. I'll just put in some random text. And we'll make that a nice H1. And then below this, maybe I'll make this text lead style. Perfect. Next up, we're going to add the carousel images, which will appear on the live site just on the right here. To do this, we go to Carousel Items, and you'll see we've got one set up here. So we'll give that a title. We can either manually enter the URL that we want to link it to, if you want to link it to anything, or we can search for a page. So I'll just quickly search and select a random page. And of course we want the image itself. And I'll choose this one here. Now to add further images, we can either duplicate the one we've got, or we can hit Add Item and Start Fresh. So I'll just put this. And for this one, I'll select this image here. And we'll just add a couple more. Okay, that's all good. Let's apply that and update the page. And we'll take a preview and see what that looks like. So there we go. You can see we've got our text on the left here, and we've got a nice carousel of images, the titles, etc. just below. Perfect. And moving on, we'll now go to the image card. So to start with, I'll just create a new section with a few columns in, and I'll drag one of these image card blocks over. We can see what it can do. So you've got various layouts you can choose here. What I'll quickly do is just populate the card content, so I'll give it an image. Okay, that'll be fine. We'll pop in some content below. And I'll just duplicate this a few times, and we can see the different layouts. Okay, so in this first one you can see it's set to image top and text on the outside. In the next one here, if we wanted to change that, we can have the text inside a card below. Or finally, you can have it so the image is on the left with the text on the right. Completely up to you. Now if you are choosing that particular one, a square image would work best, as you can see. But yeah, that's the image card block, looking pretty good. Let's move on and add another block to the page. So we'll create another section with a few columns in, and this time I'm going to add the video block. And again, like last time, I'm going to populate the content first. So I'll choose, say, that image there. As you can see, that's used as the cover image. Then we're going to want to grab a video URL. I'll put this in. I'll just clone this. I'll pop it over there. So here you can see we've got it set to the block with background. However, you can change it to have just a modal, which will be a button you can click to launch the video. Or if I duplicate it one more time, we can have a nice button. So if I just apply this and refresh our page, whoops, I forgot to update. There we go. So now we can see we've got our hero area, we've got our card, and we've got our video. So I've got the first one here, which is just the basic player. We've got the modal pop-up button here, or a standard button. Very simple to use, but very flexible. I'm going to cover one more in this particular video, one more section, and this will be the icon and text block. So again, I'm going to add another area. This time I'll choose 2 columns, and within here I'm going to pop in the image, the icon and text. And again, I'm just going to fill in the content. So I'm just going to put in hello world, how are you? Now you can see we've got another few layouts here. So currently selected is the tiny icon to the side. But if I duplicate this a few times just so we can see the examples, if I change this one to in a box, you can see there the whole thing is boxed up. If we change it to the large icon top, you can see the icon is placed above the content. We can even have a huge centered icon as well, or even if you wanted to, you can have it boxed with the final option there. Dead simple, easy to use. Okay, well I think that's it for this video. I'm going to continue with the rest of the blocks in the next video, so do be sure to check that out. Any problems with this, and do come see me over at support. Other than that, have fun with your theme.